Hey, friend, and welcome to your Magic Monday. Are you ready? I sure hope you are. They had me jot down a couple of notes because I was going to get the decks all cleared and ready to go, which they're already that way, but it kind of gives me a moment to just get into your space. And they're like, no, put the spectacles on. Take a direct look, Joy. You know how to see. And I'm like, whatever. You know, I wasn't brought up doing this sort of thing. I love the visionary aspect because I am an artist, but generally the messages just come from within. So they're like, don't be shuffling and shizzing that stuff around. Just take a straight ass look. And I'm like, what? Okay. So it's talking about basically, I'm just going to read you the notes. Come out, whoever you are. That is for sure. And it's talking about you've hidden, or you're running and hiding from the abundance of blessings that are coming to find you. Life is a little bit disturbed by that. It says they're not even sure that you know who you are in this role. If you look closely, it's not two people on a deserted island. It was one person who felt deserted and abandoned. And you come in with your rainbow magic power and your abundance of love. Look at these cups. It's kind of like when you dye Easter eggs and each cup is a different color. There's like a nest egg in each of these cups. Well, that you haven't viewed yourself through the perspective that the world sees you. And it's obvious that there's been some thugmuggery going on, that maybe we're not going to talk about the individuals because that truly is irrelevant. It has more to do with the energies that have surrounded you for most of your life, trying to shoot that down, break it down, diminish, dissipate, destroy whatever it is that you carry. But what is unique is coming all the way through. You are bringing time-tested, true knowledge that comes from personal experience. I love this. This page of swords is like do 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 do. So it's lunar energy. It's also solar energy. That's why it's coming in as the whole moon. And it's things that you're wanting to bring to light. Sitting on the top here is, again, the whole moon. It's beginning to align. It's like when they do a vision check and they're looking in your eyes and you see that odd little ring, kind of like the eclipse. So if you're tuning in calendarically, we about to go through one. We're going to snip the dip. Actually, we've been going through one. We just went through the solar eclipse. Now we're about to go through the lunar eclipse, which is the completion of the eclipse. It's like in photography when you leave the aperture open for an extended period of time to get a look at the full picture and the energy of how things move, how they flow, and how they go. If you've ever seen those of the nighttime sky, they set it up on a stand, they open the aperture, and they set it for the full expanse of the night. And then you begin to see these light streaks, just like grooves on a record, the rhythm of the night. Ooh, the rhythm of the night. Okay. Now, the reason why they had me look at the backs of these, except for some tricky ones, Hod was coming in with submission. Look at this. And I'm like, okay, Hod, submit. This is Magic Monday. This doesn't seem like a time to submit. And they're like, no, I'd like to submit to you. A quest, a question. What? That we think you are abundantly ready. Your wisdom, your joy, your surveillance. Okay. So somewhere you have it recorded on the film of your mind, kind of like that aperture being open and showing the night sky, the rhythm. You have it recorded, your surveillance, and you're going to bring it forward. And you're sitting in this thought of consideration, like all to yourself, kind of like a one and only, a one and done. And it's like, no, it's so much bigger than that. And what's wild is here we have this perspective coming in. It's very much like the signature, the divine partnership in life. It's time for you to see who you really are. And they're asking you to step forward. So we're going to dig into a little bit of the magic about that, because it's showing me the part of yourself that you're wanting to bring to light. You slipped it out from the top, from beneath. It's all this like so craftily hidden, kind of like when I don't know, it was kids movies when I was growing up where they've buried the treasure, or maybe you've seen Goonies and they follow the map and you go through here and you duck through there and you you dodge this and you do that, or kind of Indiana Jones. It was so much effort that you went through to hide your treasure, to hide your knowledge, to hide your glory, your personal experience, to bury it written in code, maybe in, what's that, lemon or lemonade, that when you heat it, then you can see what is written there. You couldn't wash it out. No, no, no. This is the nature of who you are. So for many of you, we're going to be talking about your midheaven. If you like to look at your chart, that would be the part at the very top called the MC, okay? The midheaven is what was happening straight over you, full on view, the full snapshot when you came in. It's kind of like a career. It's more of a calling. It's what you would be doing irregardless of whether you get paid or not. It is your nature. And see, your nature here is to come to the rescue of those who've been abandoned, who've been lost, who've been, how did you use it exactly? Weary. Rescue to the weary. You have a refreshing spirit, which is amazing. This is the display of all you've been through, all the many waters that you have endured. They're wanting to bring it to light, to begin to bring in the reward and the honor. Oh, look behind there. What a price you have been paying. It's over. This is symbolizing Chiron in Aries, that the completion, the peace with who you are. You've made peace with who you are and what has happened. You've made peace with who you are and what has happened. And that is the refreshing spirit that you are bringing to the weary. The plasma, the possibility, the dreams come, because this card keeps scooting out. The dreams that come true. Well, we're just going to stick you up there. All right. So over here, it's obvious that they're like, you're not even aware of the abundance that is you, because you haven't had a lot of pleasure, provision, those type of aspects of earth and type energies. I mean, that's what's going on here. You have this magic so inside of you that you're creating magic, that there hasn't been a strong focus on provision. And that means for oneself, a view of oneself, of bringing it all together in order, like a giant flashlight, to be able to shine the light, to go finding those weary people, shining the light like the sunshine on a cloudy day, baby. Okay. So they're wanting you to reach for these. This is the undergirding, y'all. Who knows what we're about to jump into, but they're wanting you to reach for these, which are great ideas. And each one is self-contained. This is like zooming in on what is in these cups over here. It's a whole world. Okay. Well, if this is 10 of cups and you have 10 whole worlds. Ooh, I didn't know. I named the channel Joy to the World because that was my dream. That was my birthday song to myself. That's interesting, to bring people out of the perpetual winter, a feeling that they have to wait, or being oppressed. A lot of discussion in this modern world about being depressed, but when I look with my eyes of vision and the eyes of an energy worker across the world, the majority of what I see is oppression, the being held down, the pressed down, the captive, the weighted. Okay. Well, all right then. So this is the royalty of who you are and all that it affords you. All of your eyes, like a dragonfly spirit. I know this is a peacock, but it's the vision of all the worlds. All the world. Oh, provision. And here you're taking a stand for what you believe in, and you're going to bring it all in through one perspective that is tried and true. And how do I know? You took this amazing deep dive, going down, trying to see, was there anything else, any stone unturned? But the thing that you didn't realize is you are a vessel. You are the cup of love. You are the pure white light. That is what is being shown here. You're the 11th cup. Okay. That's deep. You are the 11th cup. Look what's here. 6 of Cups. Union. 11 is the union. Okay, so let me begin to circulate these guys. Thank you for showing up. I'm glad you were here. I'm glad you're one of the ones who sticks it all the way out to the end to step into the truth and knowledge that is being provided here. It is not me. I know it seems like it, but I am just the microphone. Okay, this is the wacky deck, y'all, but it is called Magic Mondays, and finally I had the epiphany, I know, to be like, oh, bring it out here. What is that? We're going to flip I'm going to smear those. That's what I want to do. So we're going to pick that. I see 2 more. Come on. Come on. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. That's really interesting because you're reluctant to take the 9 of Cups. That personal satisfaction and fulfillment. You would pick the world over the cups because you would pick others over yourself. But that is this nature. That's what they're wanting to do here for you, is how to bring it all back to you in a way that is tried and true, that is pure, that is holistic. You're wanting to know, is it of benefit? And that's what they're wanting to bring in. Just because something brings personal benefit and satisfaction, it in no way diminishes or takes away from anyone else's satisfaction. I mean, look here. They're like, oh, thank you. My pants have done worn off. If you knew what I have run from, what I have tried to run to, and all I got is this little bit of rosemary out here, and I don't even have a lamb chop to put it on. Okay. So let's continue to move these around. I love the affirmators, y'all. Look at that. 4 of Cups. There is so much to celebrate. They're saying, but you have your head down because you're afraid it is going to be disappointing, that you are going to be disappointed, or they're like, wave that magic feather, that you are a disappointment. Well, if you could see what I see and the light in which they're showing it to me, that is my prayer, that you hear and you see you now, completely, wholly, fully, from the heart of life itself. Okay. I feel you. And so I'm going to get all these out, and then we're going to situate. I can feel there's a little bit more here, but they're... Hang on. I'm going to go down like that narwhal did, and I'm going to see, is there anything else? Hang on. Let's see what turned your world upside down. Okay, fire, spirit, energy, that refuge. Oh, righty, friends. And then let's see the vice versa. I see something sticking out here. But they're talking about your refreshing spirit, taking a stand for what you believe in, armed with knowledge of personal experience. Your love is the 10 of Cups. It's not like the 10 of Cups. It is the 10 of Cups, okay? Blinded to your own personal abundance. You create magic, reach for the provision and the great ideas. All right, so we're bringing you in. Come out, whoever you are. And they're wanting you to come as you are. They're wanting you to come as you are. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Right here staring me in the face is the Ace of Pentacles. The power of permission. This is like you evoking it and bringing it forward. But there's hitting the nail on the head. You're presenting it, but you're not pressing it. It's, y'all know I've got this over here. I got the easy button. I can read easy, but they're wanting you to...
That was easy.
Hear the truth. Okay. To unify your senses. All right. So let's see who's going first. Magic Monday. What are we taking a stand for? What we believe. Let's get into that. And it's obvious that you believe that you're not worthy of this personal satisfaction. Okay. It's like you think it's going to take away. It's going to somehow diminish and take away from everybody else in the perfection. Because see, that's the 9 of Cups, right? It's like, well, if I just subtract myself, well, if you subtract yourself, there will be 0 cups. They're like, what do you think about that? This is what life sees. This is like the galaxies that you were generating through your vision. Life is talking about if you simply knew what you were affording us, the opportunity you are affording us, that you are presenting to us. Let us carry you through this, is the message that I'm hearing. Let us carry you through this. Through what? I see the 9 of Pentacles, and what's wild is like, they're spiraling. They're spiraling left. Okay. Creational provisional. Here's that provisional energy. So they're wanting to create streams of income that produce for you both day and night, not out of your effort. It was obvious they were showing that you've already done all that effort. You've done the work. And remember the Angel Larium cards, they were wanting, there they are. They're wanting to bring in what you have already invested, crafted, experienced. See, like this? See that? That whole world that you've been bringing in. That's what you've been so focused on that you've worn yourself threadbare. Okay? That's why you are the rescuer, wherever those cards were. And the vice versa. That's why you are the rescuer of the weary, because you know what it's like. You know what it's like to be without, to do without. They're wanting you to go within. Okay, well, then let's turn this over. Within, first of all, Seven of Pentacles. Talking about the great exchange. But this is the holdup. This is the holdup. It's like tethering yourself to one tree, one location, because trees you can't pick up and move their roots, but you can. You are a tree of life, and they want to take you many places. That's what they're talking about with this Nine of Pentacles. They're wanting to take you around the world to see how the other half live. Okay, I like that. Do you like that? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we're returning to that Seven of Wands. That is what you believe in. It's standing up under the world. They're wanting you to taste and enjoy the world that you've been loving and living for so long. Because during this journey of rescuing others and relating to others, you yourself have grown weary, and they're wanting to restore you. They're wanting to refresh your spirit. What they're saying is the mirror, the loophole, the wormhole. As you so desire for others, so life also desires for you. They're saying, let us refresh your spirit. Let us show you these new worlds, these new perspectives. Remember the 10 cups that were down there, each with its own world, each with its own egg going on. So let's get into the affirmators, which is, let's look at the obvious. What is obvious here? Okay, Page of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Okay, so see the obvious here, you're super sleuth, right? You've got it all together, even though you don't know it, because you travel lightly. You've condensed it all into words. You've taken that image and you've learned how to create and to communicate about what it is that you know, what you have experienced, and to get others to see it through that lens, through that light of expectation is what you're talking about here. The light of expectation. High 10, high 5. Of course, this is celebration. They're talking about the winds of change. And even though this is Three of Pentacles, today it's showing up with a lot of like Six of Wands, victory. That's what they're celebrating, is your victory. Because victory is more than a win. It is who you are. It is when you come into the fullness, when you cross that line into this realm, into the wholeness, into that whole moon, the whole mind, you can't go back. You can't go back. And it brings it, because they were talking about this space in between, but the high 5 and high 10 is your hands. It's the place where it comes together. Well, that is the action potential. They're ready to activate all that you have seen and to bring it to light, to bring it to life. It's very much miracle power. Hope you're still sticking around, because that miracle power. Look at this. The cup of love. What is in this cup is light, delight. Look at this love, delightful love, abounding love, effervescing love. This is kind of like the love that a child gives. So to find an adult who has love like the child, think kind of like Forrest Gump, how he so innocently transformed the world just with each new thing that spoke to his spirit. Remember, he didn't have to stay one way. He was able to fully express himself. He was no longer tethered. He followed his spirit. So they're wanting to set you free to follow your spirit, to be made whole, to see how the other half lives. Because the truth is, in that seeing, they're really bringing you together and merging you. And to merge, they need you to emerge. This is your power. Kind of like the never-ending story at the end where she has the one grain of sand. That's that hope against hope that you kept alive, that is placed in the hand. That's what's going on here. It is your power. It is your earthen power. It is, actually, it's the beauty of where you come from. The purity and the innocence of a child. The purity and the innocence of a child. Okay, so with the vice versa, this is where we step in to look at that now. We have the Six of Swords. Now, it's interesting because normally there are three figures here. It's like you step down to take a picture to commemorate the moment. You're like, well, let's get a picture so we can remember this, so we can remember this moment. Okay. I love you, friend. There is an element in you. That is what is going on here, to find the good in everything. To find the celebration in everything. The perpetual cheerleader, encourager, and enthusiast for life. Life is like, now do you see? Now do you see while we're crazy about you? All the galaxies, not just all of heaven, all the galaxies and all the beings therein are looking down, and they're looking at you like this. See all that energy, your animation, because you are truly alive. You are a liver, more than just a lover, because life is where love comes from. That's what you have here. You have this innate trust that somehow you've been war-torn and weary, because you kind of like when you re-enter the atmosphere, is just like everything just comes undone, like the seed. But you have the germ, the speck, the beauty, the life that is contained therein, the wisdom, that communication device. Well, tell us about this communication device. For one, to communicate the vision. This is you taking a picture of it here, and I want to see why the swords, why they're on the side. Okay, so there's a bit of defensiveness towards the future, even though you're carrying the cloak of life. You're hiding from life in plain sight, and life's like, we see you. But the beauty of this, there's like some old codger, excuse me, and I don't mean people who are aged, I mean an old codger energy, okay? It's just like taking you along, and there's nothing in sight. They're talking about this Six of Swords to get to the other side is take the swords off. Look at the big picture, because they're wanting you to look. See, you're looking forward into the nothingness, creating love out of nothing at all. They're wanting you to look to the left, because apparently there's a whole big future right here for you in clear plain sight. Remove the rhythm of defense, of the way things have been, of how you made it to this point. They're wanting to take you into land. The land of delight. We already know that. Look at you. Y'all, you know you're the prize. You're carrying the cup. Look at that. Where this seems like you're coming out of the dark. Coming out of the dark. Finally see the light. And it's shining on me. Look down your cup. That is your heart. Look at that. It's like the Rock of Gibraltar. They're talking about life investment. They're talking about, that was like your life insurance. You're like, I got to make it through it alive, because if I'm bringing to them life, which is the source of where all love comes from, I have to protect my own just to get there. I have to protect my identity. There are forces and energies that are so far out after you that it wasn't just for, that's why you haven't had a lot of pleasure or the provision. Life was too serious, dangerous. I can't come up with a word. It's a P word, and there are just so many of them piling on in. Predicament. So many predicaments that you had to get yourself out of in order just to get here. Kind of think like Percy Jackson type energy going on. And with that, they're literally wanting to go on to the sacred door and to not go to the Orion yet. So in here, it's talking about creating magic. Let's reach for these provisional or great ideas. And this is what I'll turn over. when that fire spirit energy came on in, the passion that you have, it kind of, will say, made you a target. That's what was going on here, okay? Your life has been sought after, but what seemed to seek after you to destroy it now seeks after you to elevate it, to excavate it, to celebrate it. Celebrate the moments of your life. And for that, you need that bit of home base energy. But you are your home. Home is where the heart is. And they're like, take that cup and put it in your heart. That is your fulfillment and your pleasure. And let's see what we've got here. So the Enchanted Fern Grotto, the refuge. Look at that. See the magic in the orb that's in her hands? The power is in your hands. We've seen that a few times. Look over here, y'all. And they're talking about press it. It's making me think of the Pillsbury Doughboy. Thank God for when I grew up so that I could have all these little references to give you guys. Okay, so when you poke the Pillsbury Doughboy, he goes, hee. It's like that. It's like releasing the joy. They're wanting to provoke the joy. Now that you've moved on from seeking justice, the balance is trying to come in. They are seeking you. They are seeking you. So apparently provision is seeking you out. Protection is innate and natural here because you survived. You made it through. You've thrived. You are now it's not even a force to be reckoned with. That would be the statement. But it's kind of like if you can't beat them, join them. They couldn't beat you. And so now all those energies are going to join you. So it's like the other side. That's why they talk about whole mind. It's not good or bad. What seemed to have tried to destroy you is now going to come join forces with you and give you the power of vision. Like those flashlights, remember, to see on through and to see the whole truth. The truth and nothing but the truth. That's the refreshment that you bring for the weary. And I love that that brings in this judgment. So when this merges with that, these melt away and you go in, it's like a light switch. You go into a whole new room. Seeing through the light of life. What are we seeing through the light of life? Okay, now is when they're wanting to look at the Orion Tarot. So Orion Tarot was focused on blinded to your own personal abundance. We have the Hanged One and the Knight of Wands. Ooh, Neptunian power. Oh, y'all. So my Neptune is in my 12th house. Neptune looks like a little pitchfork, okay? So, okay, I see. I see. What once bit you? So there was this story about something in the moon, like Mary Magdalene in the moon or something. I don't know. A friend had loaned her book to me. But these women were taken into the sacred temple when they were very young. They were at a certain age, like 7, I think, that they were chosen. And this one girl that it was focused on, she always carried an asp with a P in the basket and would make it bite her in order to stay accustomed to its venom so that she wouldn't die from it in case it ever did bite her. But when it would bite her, she would have these visions and go off into these semi-deaths, these dream states. It's beyond lucid dreaming because you're carried into the vein and the vision of the cosmos. That's the world that we're talking about here. Oh, look, y'all. Do you see that? This is the hand of provision and protection. Okay. So we're lifting off any obstacles from that. We're going into the remembering now. We're going into the remembering, and that is what is going to turn your world upright. Why should a bird be falling? Snared in a trap? 2 birds, 1 stone? You the bird. Bird, 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 a bird's a word. It's like you are the treasure. Do you know that? You are the coveted treasure. Life itself, everybody thinks they're chasing love, but really, when it seems to escape you or they're chasing happiness, they're really pursuing life. Because love is in the life, all right? The reward is in there, the acorn and the egg. That's where the and comes together. Because look at this. See how those laser beams, it's kind of like Mission Impossible, and the only thing they guard and protect with that type of high surveillance equipment is one-of-a-kind treasure. You are a one-of-a-kind treasure. And this is what we're going to just say Neptune here is coming in and saying, now you're getting the big picture. You are a one-of-a-kind treasure. You're not a freak of nature. There's nothing wrong with you. Things sought you out to destroy you, not because you were targeted, but the thing that you carry, the thing that we all have and are granted permission to enjoy is life itself. I'm leaning in, y'all. I'm looking forward to listening back to this one. You know, I listen to all these and I take notes because when these things are flapping, I can't hear as well. So I tune on in and I'm like, I get me a little, I'm like this. I'm like, okay. And then I just declare,
That was easy.
even though it doesn't all make sense to this thing up here, I take it into my heart and I let it work itself out. I let it work itself out because life knows how to bring it all to victory, y'all. And this is the one that's volunteering. Wise woman of the grove. Okay, the grotto and the grove. The refuge and the grace. So this is like that cosmic grace, the magic that you are. And this is bestowing it on those around you. How do you take it from the air and turn it into earth and provision? How do you take it from the air and turn it into earth and provision? These great ideas that you have. Well, let's look at the two that remain, and we're going to go ahead and turn this over so that I don't keep having to perplex. Wild rose, fairy, love, and stillness. Reflecting pool. There is that signet swan showing up again like what did in the beginning. You'd have to back it up to see which card that was. But it was in the Orion deck. So it's like basking in that cosmic love, taking time when they say to meditate, to just sit in the beauty of life, in the stillness of life, to begin to receive and feel the air moving through your lungs, feel the sun shining on your skin, see the sparkle of the stars, listen to the joy of that friend's laugh. Okay, so those things still seemed like they were pressing in and your mind had to be so guarded, but that guardedness is what has hindered the volume of joy that you are experiencing, not what's coming into the whole world. It is there, but they're wanting you to begin to get out, because see, that is a tree. That is a tree, more than just the trunk, more than just the work, the body of work. They're wanting you to get out to enjoy what the sunshine affords, day or night, y'all. What the sunshine affords. So what does life afford you? It's pretty exciting. I see you coming on it. Oh, that's so funny. Look at air. My dreams are manifesting before my eyes now. They're wanting you to see your dreams to see the light of day. Okay? And to do that, they need you to know that you the whole bag of chips. My friend's little girl, she came home from school one day and she's like, so-and-so was mean to me today. She thinks she's the whole bag of chips. But I love that. You're the whole bag. And more than that, more than the milk, more than the cream, you are the hand that skims the cream. And this is what life and the cosmos are trying to get through to you, is you are as much a creatorship and a force of nature as nature itself. And they're saying, join forces with us and watch how it all turns out. Well, that is exciting. That is wonderful. Your dreams are manifesting before your eyes now. My dreams are manifesting before my eyes now. Hey, I'm glad you stopped by. If you did and you're still here, you like something, so click the like button, but down below, it will help us rise to the top. You can also subscribe if you like, leave some comments and compliments down below. Tickle those little keys of YouTube because it gets it all excited and it might start showing us and showing me how much we are loved here at this channel. Okay? I'll talk to you soon. Check out any of the videos, friend. They are all here for you, and I'm here for you too. Love you. Bye.